Salute, 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 and welcome. Welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now swinging deep in with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. Oh yeah, family, y'all knew I was gonna have to cook on this, man. Oh yes, you knew I was gonna have to cook on it because yes, what you see on your screen here is an accurate representation of what's going on with one Miss Rhoda, as I call her, the Roadrunner Osman, because she's running all up and down these roads trying to escape law enforcement. She is a fugitive. Oh, Rhoda, turn yourself in. You tell the winch you. The jig is up. The scam didn't work this time, and we must pay salute and homage to our good sister, Daphne Sutton, aka the Queen of Accountability, for staying on her neck like Dracula. That's what I'm talking about. Ladies, our sister Daphne, that's an example of how you actually stand up and do your part as a sister in the community. That's what I'm talking about. Because for those of you that have black sons and black male family members that you care about, that puts your male family members in danger, okay? Lying. We have enough to deal with as black American men in this country without people lying on us, okay? So salute to that sister for doing the job. And Roadrunner, you're going to get caught. This isn't going to turn out like the cartoons. You're going to get caught sooner or later. Because when them Texas Rangers get on your neck, if you don't go ahead and turn yourself in, well, trust me, they're going to find you. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, and salute to the sister AH. People are already showing love to the cash out. Thank you very much for that, my sister. But before we get started with tonight's broadcast, I would like to send condolences out to the King family. As you all know, Dexter King, Martin Luther King Jr.'s youngest son, he died at 62 of cancer. So I'd like to send my condolences out to their family. Very tragic news. And I do hate to hear that, because, hey, listen, like I said, Dr. Martin Luther King, whether you agreed with his methods or not, he did the best he could at the time with what he knew how to do. And I don't care what anybody say, that brother was far from a coward. And, I extend that to his son as well. So I hope that the family, everybody gets, keep them in your prayers at this time. I know they're going through it right now. I hope all of you are out here taking care of yourselves in this cold weather too. But make sure that y'all are, doing what you're supposed to do. Don't try to go out there, especially if you're in the areas where it's very cold at. Man, good gracious. I looked at the weather reports up there in Chicago. Oh my God, bro. Listen, those of us in the South, yes, it gets cool down here at times, but that weather y'all dealing with, oh no, man. We will have to do like birds that actually fly, not like this Roadrunner, and fly south for the winter, okay? And Rhoda, listen, I don't know wherever you are, but I'm telling you, your time is almost up. So we gonna have to go in on her tonight and analyze several things here, because one of the things I want to look at, we're gonna take it back to how this started, and I want to address this off the bat here tonight too. I see the narrative where, or a lot of brothers rather are saying, well, hey, aren't y'all gonna give black men an apology? And let me say something to my brothers. No, that's not gonna happen. That's not going to happen. Not from the people that you're looking for an apology for, because I'm going to be blunt when I say this. Those people don't give a damn whether we live or die, man. And that's mostly the Tetherwenches class with that nonsense. Okay, so I'm going to tell black men and black women something. This is something I want to encourage my people to move towards this line of thought process, okay? When it comes to an apology, if an apology doesn't come with tangibles, ask yourself, what's it really worth? Ask yourself that. What's an apology without any type of tangibles really worth? Okay, we got to get off of this thing where we looking for apologies. Okay, apologies without some type of tangibles or restitution attached to it, that's worthless. All that is like, that'll make you feel better. But I mean, look, man, I'm not in the business of accepting empty or insincere apologies. So that's something I want us to start putting in our minds across the board. Damn an apology. What about corrective action? That's how you say you're sorry, okay? All this saying make me feel good with an apology. I don't give look, let me tell you something about that. I don't give two shits about anybody that has any hatred for me or my people, okay? I don't care which gender you are, what sexual orientation you are, what race you in. I damn sure don't care about that. If you, whatever you disdain you have for me and mine, The only thing I can say is I respect you making it known up front. So now I designate you as a potential threat, and I will teach you. I will treat your ass as accordingly. Okay. So the apology don't mean nothing to me. Like I said, I've said it many times. I want people that have hatred for black folks, whether it's men or women, to come on out and let people know where you stand. So that way we can deal with you accordingly. I'm not one of those that have you sugarcoating things. But I digress. So with that said, now that we all know what the tone of the broadcast is going to be here tonight, let me scroll up and greet my esteemed guests as usual. I see the good sister Netta J in the building. What's going on, Netta Bug? I see Patricia Jenkins, the librarian in the house, librarian extraordinaire. I see D Foster in here, to stay woke. I see Jesse Paris, a.k.a. Shane Krumah, Stun Zed in the house, the good sister Tasha Peters, Diesel Mike, the trucker out there on them highways and byways. Stay safe out there, my brother, if you out there rolling right now. I see the sister Key Prince in here, Derek Parker. I see Mac Maroon in the building, Josh Norris, what's going on, young brother? Dad Miller TV in the house, what's up, brother? Lakeisha Morehouse is in here, let's see. I see the brother Cool Keys in here. My lieutenant, Tam Chan, in the house. Welcome to you, sister. Glad you made it. I see, let's see, B Serious Son in here. DJ Trillis. Welcome to all of you and anyone else that'll be joining us in attendance. All right. So, family, look. We're going to take a little trip back down memory lane to analyze how this started with some news reports because, see, one of the things that I'm glad to see, a lot of this when this came out, and see, this is why we don't do the gender warring in these spaces. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. For a lot of foundational Black American sisters, when y'all saw this, I saw a lot of sisters on the same page with Black men. We were like, nah, man, wait a minute. Everybody was questioning this. And for the most part, people were like, okay, if that really happened, yes, we want justice served to anybody that would do something like that. But all of us in our culture, we know, we're like, hey, man, wait a minute. The reason that she gave that she got hit was because some dude, she wouldn't give some dude a number. Every foundational Black American brother was like, hold up, man. Even among most of the simp class, you don't see that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we just carrying around some bricks. And see, let me tell you something, right? Because we know that was a lie, but I'm gonna go into something that I didn't really go into when this first when I first covered this, when this story first broke. Let me tell you why she said she got hit with a brick, right? Because see, this is where knowing cultural customs and what happens in different societies helps you out at, right? The reason why she said she got hit with a brick, because when you go to like African nations, that's what they do. They'll hit motherfuckers with rocks and shit. Like what they'll do. In fact, some of you, this is going to click for you. A lot of you might have seen this meme if you're looking like the Tether spaces, okay, or just continental African spaces online. You'll see a meme of like a Black person or African, whichever one you would call it, and they'll have like two rocks behind their hands, okay? That meme, in case you don't know what that is, that's what they're saying, because that really does happen. They will bust you in your head with rocks over there. Some of them will do silly shit like that, especially over there when you start getting over there. I got to tell the truth. Not trying to trash my continental African brothers and sisters. I just got to tell my people the truth. In some keyword, in some countries, you got a lot of them dudes that will strike or attack women because they won't give them their number or because they get turned down. I mean, listen, this is why when they come over here, they be talking about black men this, black men that, and a lot of the tethers that are the Tetherwenches, as I call them, that's talking about black men or bullet bags. This is what's happening with that. A lot of them are projecting the hatred that they have for their men treating them a certain way before they got here, and they're putting that on us. And I'm telling you, Tetherwenches now, brothers are pushing back against that, and we got the support of our sisters, okay? Do we have some dirt bags among us? Yes, but that right there, we not claiming nobody else's trash. So all this here, you want to project the hatred that you have on your men in your country that do all types of ungodly things to you, you're not going to put that on our backs. We're not responsible for that. You better take that up with your men. That's exactly what we're going to drill home here tonight. So with that said, family, I see some of y'all probably laughing at this Roadrunner, but look, we got to call her what she is. She is on the run, and she is a fugitive from justice. Rhoda, I'm going to tell you right now, when you got online, and before that, you spewing all types of anti-Black American hate. Oh, all of my brethren and sisters are looking to get that bag on your ass. Oh, yeah, they're going to turn you in, baby. Unless you run around with a mask on your head, they're going to turn you in. You know what I'm saying? So look, listen, if you find her, get your money. You can get your money. Hey, listen, I hope they deport her ass. You better be glad it wasn't up to me. But anyway, we're going to get into a little bit of what happened here with this news report because I want to break several things down. And before we get started, I have an announcement to make also. There will be some very important broadcasts coming up on Patreon for those of you that are over there. A lot of you that are already over there, you saw the announcement that I made. We got some very important things to cover. That's going to be coming up in the next couple of days. And on this channel, I'm going to have to go into detail about this simp class. See, we in the beginning of 2024. And though you would think that it would be certain things that you wouldn't have to mention, but I'm going to have to break some things down. So y'all be looking out for that broadcast. We going to cover things from A-row to zero in that one. So with that said, we're going to get started with our subject matter here tonight. Everybody prepare to take notes. And yes, we will be clowning a great many things because I'm going to deal with the Geico lizard too. And all of y'all know who that is. So I will give a disclaimer before we get into that part because I'm not going to edit nothing. I started to do it, but it was just too much editing to do to beep out all of that. So we going to get on the Geico lizard later on tonight too. If you don't know who that is, just stick around. Let's get started.
The woman at the center of a viral video who claimed a man threw a brick at her head because she would not give him her phone number is now wanted by Houston police. This story got national attention after that woman live streamed what she claimed was the aftermath on Instagram and started a GoFundMe. Only KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is talking with the prosecutor on this case tonight. He joins us live near the Galleria with the latest. Bryce.
Daniela, Houston police got called to this street in September, and when they arrived, the woman seen in that viral video told them that an Uber driver threw a brick at her head and then tried to kidnap her. But tonight, she has become the focus of this criminal investigation because Houston police say the surveillance footage captured by cameras on this street doesn't match her story.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick and all these black men just watched.
This video with more than 1 million likes on the Shade Room's Instagram page captured the moments after what appeared to be a brutal attack in West Houston.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
The woman is 33-year-old Roda Osman.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Seen here in tears in a hospital gown.
She told the detective that responded that she was hit in the head with a brick after she refused to give her phone number to a guy on the street.
And was that verified by any of the evidence that detectives looked at?
No, that was not verified.
Harris County.
Now I want to pause this news report right here because, see, I need to take time to point out something very important. And again, I'm giving props to our sisters because most Black American women that I saw were on code about this, especially from our lineage, Foundation of Black American Freedmen. Ladies, I'm addressing y'all first. Anytime something happens, okay, I understand why in this climate, in this country, everybody's inclined to do the believe all women thing. I've told you many times on this channel, I don't believe all of no one, men or women, believe the evidence. It's okay to question things when something comes out and say, wait a minute. This doesn't add up, or I have more questions about this. That doesn't mean that you're not compassionate when something happens to someone. You just want to make sure you get the facts straight before you take a position on it and put the cape on, so to speak, okay? Because we're going to be dealing with the simps that do that all the time when it comes to the men. Let me get on you simps out here, because I'm calling them what they are, because, see, unfortunately, I know a lot of y'all probably can bear me witness on this, men and women in this chat room tonight alike. You got some of the simps out here. And most of them are tether men, but some of our own too, because I call it straight down the middle. Y'all know where I'm going. Well, man, the goofy, it mean what they put up, hear me out though. And they finding pictures of her, how much you got a fat ass. I don't give a damn how big her ass is. See, you goofy bastards that suffer from that damn arrested development and that childlike mind state, you are a disgrace and a disservice to brothers that have earned the title of manhood, because I always tell y'all, the title of man and woman is an earned, honorable title. For those of us that have earned that title, we despise you sons of bitches. You make me sick. And I'm telling you right now, just because a woman looks a certain way and she's doing things that harms the entirety of the community, and here your simping ass come back behind her talking about because she look a certain way, you need to go and jump off a damn cliff. I can't stand you motherfuckers. And I meant that like I said it, okay? Oh, I'm gonna get on that because y'all know who else I'm gonna get on here tonight. Just stay tuned. I'm gonna be cooking with hot kerosene over here tonight. We gonna flambe his ass. We gonna get them all over here tonight. So now that I gotten that out the way, again, I just want to underscore to all our people, we need to make sure that whether we like or don't like someone, we go with, okay, what evidence do we have to suggest or corroborate whatever the claim that is that they're making? I said the same thing about the Cassie Diddy situation, okay? We need to be looking at the evidence, all right? And whatever's there, you know what I'm saying, and take that for what it's worth and then say, okay, now I have enough information to make an informed decision based not off how I feel or what I believe, but what I know, okay? That's the where our people need to stand on that. So now, you heard what they were discussing. I already broke down how in their culture, in some of those nations over there, they will go upside their women's head because it's normalized, okay? That's just what they do. It's an unfortunate thing. But see, that's why so many try so hard to get out from over there and get over here because women are far more protected in the Western world, particularly America, than they are when you go to the Eastern hemisphere of the world. You don't believe me? Anybody that travels, you can back me up on that. And like I said, the upcoming broadcast that I'm going to have here, it's going to really go into detail. Y'all already know what it's going to be about on Patreon. I'm thinking of simulcasting that one. That what I'm probably going to do when I put that together. I'm going to simulcast it. It's going to be live on my main channel and Patreon, but the playback will only be available on the Patreon because it's some very important information. We'll get to that, though. So I'm going to let the rest of this report play, and then we're going to further break some things down with this scenario here.
Prosecutor Keith Houston says surveillance videos from that early September morning show Osman hitting a man first.
So she's the one she was the aggressor?
She was the aggressor, yes.
And it was a water bottle that hit her, not a brick?
He did have a water bottle in his hand, and we think that's what left the mark.
According to court documents, she asked someone else to launch this GoFundMe for her recovery, raising more than $42,000. But as the story went viral, a blogger on TikTok called police, alerting them to this 2020 GoFundMe, which claimed a vicious assault by a security guard in Minneapolis.
Detective Thornton verified with Minneapolis police that there was no assault done at that time. It was completely fictional.
Prosecutors allege theft by deception and believe she would have received all that money had the campaign not been shut down.
The violence that I have suffered since September 3rd is just unbelievable. I can't even believe I'm here. They try to leave me for dead.
In an Instagram story posted Wednesday, Osman addressed those who have doubted her.
I actually have things going on in my life. I actually have real ways to make money. I don't have to get a GoFundMe for money. I actually can earn income because I'm actually educated and I actually am talented.
Now let me pause it right here and take a time to address that. And salute to my good brother Project Leroy for the cash out. Family, I put this on X. For those of you that follow me over there, you probably saw when I tweeted it. Here's the thing. Yes, a lot of people are angry at her because she put our community in jeopardy, okay? Because we all understand how these race soldiers will treat us. And even when they, even when they don't have any type of evidence, and for her to do that, that's a serious issue, okay? So even her own community, the Somali community, called her out because we're going to put that where it belongs, in the Somali community, not ours. They even called her out and got on her because they were saying she was a troublemaker and all that. But see, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be all the way honest with that. That's not the only reason they was getting on her. See, she has a beef against her men, but she knows she can't really come at them like that, especially not in her homeland. The other reason that they don't like her is because she's a darker skinned Somali. Yes, I'm going to go there with that in conjunction with that. So don't let them fool you. It's not just because of her troublemaking antics. A lot of them over there actually think they're half Arab and all this other goofy stuff. That's a whole nother broadcast for another day. Because see, I'm going to cover all of it over here tonight, okay? We're going to break all of it down. In any event, that's their trash. It belongs in their community. Now, this pathological liar, like I said on X, I tweeted that she's a case study for what a pathological liar is, okay? This right here is it in real time, ladies and gentlemen. See, I go back to something the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said. If something happens, don't laugh, learn from it. Learn from it. Here's a lesson in real time about what a pathological liar looks like. She got all this talent. She got all this stuff going on, student, this, that, the third, but you got to resort to scamming people. Now, why is that? Because in her culture, yes, I'm saying it, It's a way of life. It is. And mark my words, if anybody takes issue with that, just wait till that next broadcast that I do on the whole issue of the scam culture amongst the tethers. That's going to be a thorough broadcast. Y'all, a lot of y'all going to need to hear that, especially a lot of the sisters that are trying to go over there without doing your due diligence and doing your research. Again, my position on it, I think travel is the best education you can get. But before you go anywhere and decide to just live there, you need to visit first. Visit first. I'm going to say it one more time. Visit first before you pull up stakes and permanently plant down so that you do your due diligence. Because a lot of people get themselves caught up, but we'll get to that in that broadcast coming up. Now, what they're going to talk about here is that GoFundMe situation. See, let me say something to a lot of the women that put the cape on, because look, I'm not going to push down on all of our sisters, because I know some of them probably jumped on that bandwagon like, them men did this or that. First of all, think about this. Is that germane to our culture? Do black men have a habit of like, man, the bitch ain't give me her number? Oh, man, let me get my brick. Do we have brick pouches on us? When the last time you seen a brother, a Foundation of Black American Freedmen brother, running around with a damn brick? Like, hey, look, they act like we had, y'all ever seen like the shotgun bandoliers with the shells in them? They act like we run around with bandoliers full of bricks just waiting to bust somebody in the head with. Come on now. Y'all know that's not how we get down. But anyway, like I said, y'all, the first thing start asking is that something that sounds culturally like us? Then y'all already know if that did happen, let's just say, because mostly that was a tether club. There wasn't really no Foundation of Black American Freedmen men around. And I'm going to tell you how I know that. Usually in most clubs, if a man go to assault a sister, he around us, this is one thing I have seen that is consistent across the nation amongst our people. When I say our Foundation of Black American Freedmen men, if we see you doing something like that, usually some brothers gonna intervene. And you can't tell me I'm wrong about that, because hell, even some of the simps will intervene. Right now, you got brothers locked up or dead and in jail because they go and jump in the middle of something, whether the woman is right or wrong, and try to intervene. So that's how I knew. I like, nah, that couldn't have been us, man. Because most dudes ain't gonna stand around and let you just assault no sister like that, no kind of way. Okay? But like I said, we're gonna get back into this whole scam here. Cause look, she made a bag off all the suckers, man. She really did. And see, let me tell you who else threw a couple of dollars her way. See, when you look at these Tetherwenches, okay, and even the feminists of our own lineage that go and jump out here and jump on this bandwagon to denigrate black men in whatever kind of way they see fit in the media. Don't you know that the white supremacist power structure, the males, not the women, because the white supremacist women, the feminists, they can't stand so-called black feminists. But the white supremacist males, there are a few of them throw a couple of dollars over there. You see what I'm saying? See, these Tetherwenches and Zaddy, they work hand in hand. They love using them. So they'll throw a couple of dollars. Now, you ain't going to get as much as a Kyle Rittenhouse would, okay? Oh, no, or Daniel Penny. They ain't going to support them like that. But that'll break you off 20, 30, 50 here or there. They will. So anyway, we're going to go get further into what happened with that. And like I said, we're going to get on these simps that was caping for that next. Y'all know where we're going with it. Let's continue.
And tonight, a spokesperson for GoFundMe telling KPRC2 GoFundMe has zero tolerance for the misuse of our platform. The fundraiser has been removed from the platform. All donors have been refunded, and Roda Osman has been banned from using the platform for any future fundraisers. Osman did not respond when I reached out to her on Instagram this evening. Tonight, she is wanted here in Harris County on that theft charge. Anyone with information on her whereabouts can report that to Houston Police. We're live near the Galleria. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
All right, Bryce, thank you. Let's shift.
All right, so now you have it. Now that we refreshed everybody's memory, on what happened there. And I see my good brother Diesel Mike said she just turned herself in today. Good. We need all these types of tethers like this that lie on our people. They need to be prosecuted when they commit crimes. And I'm like this, if it was up to me, deport that ass, okay? Go ahead and get whatever restitution out of it, and then, hey, you got a first-class ticket back to Somalia, permanent ban. Because, see, to be honest with you, switching gears for a bit, that's what I want to see happen, once the right, because, look, I'm just going to call it what it is. He's not getting my vote without tangibles, but just speaking on who would be the right man for the job, if the orange man, the Cheeto, gets back in there, not only should he deport these motherfuckers, he should give them a lifetime ban, and like the next time you show up over here to United States soil, these damn illegal immigrants, then now, you know what I'm saying, we got to take more strict measures against you. That means you're going to be doing a life sentence somewhere. You know, but now, you know what? I'll do one better than that. Family, before we get on these clowns that you see lined up, because now we're going to have to deal with the people that was caping for Roda Osman, would you like to hear what my solution would be besides just deporting the illegal immigrants over here? Would y'all like to hear my solution? Y'all going to be like, boy, that's cold if you do that. But I have a permanent solution. I guarantee you that along with giving the Border Patrol the right to use lethal force on them coming over here, yes, I said it, I have an alternative, though, if you think that's too cruel. Can I say it, family? Y'all want to hear what I got to say? Can I say it? Because I do have a solution. And I'm telling you, when I tell you, you're going to be like, oh, man, damn, that's kind of harsh, man. Can I say it? I see one yes in here. We have some more yeses? Because everybody might not be able to handle what I'm about to say. You know, and if I name this name, a lot of y'all may not be familiar with him if you don't keep up on geopolitics. But I'll tell you what my solution is. Once they're caught, and like I said, we can give them a choice. We're like, all right, listen, we can either deport you back to your homeland now, but if you try to come back over here, we're going to deport you, but it's not going to be back home. We're going to deport your ass to North Korea. Yes, not South. No, North, with the little old fat Kim Jong-un up there, the madman. Yes, little butterball, crazy Kim Jong-un. We're going to deport you to one of his damn North Korean work camps. Oh, yeah. Oh, he would love to have you, too. Oh, yes, sir. Listen, let me tell you something, man. You think that there's no such thing as hell on earth? Shit, man. I need to do a breakdown on what happens over there in North Korea, because, like, them people are traumatized, man. Now, look, I'm going to be honest with you. As long as they didn't come over here with no anti-black racism, and a lot of them do, because we all know one of them on Twitter. I ain't going to even call a name. But if a lot of them were trying to escape and seek asylum, I would understand, because them people going through it, man. Look, let me before we get on these clowns, let me go into a little bit about that for those of you that are not up to date on geopolitics. Let me tell you something, man. Over in North Korea, North, not South, it's mandatory for them to keep a picture of Kim Jong-un on their wall in their home. And it must be kept spotless. If they come around and that picture ain't up and it's not clean, guess what's the penalty for it? Oh, not a fine, not even temporary jail time. You can get sent to a work camp. They also have a policy over there where if somebody does something and breaks a law, okay, depending on the severity of it, they punish you back generations. In other words, you may do something and it'll get your father and your grandfather locked up. Everybody come on, take a trip to the work camp together. I'm telling you, boy, that right there is hell on earth for real. But anyway, like I said, that's one of my solutions. I'll be like, hey, I'll go ahead and call them up. I'll be like, hey, yo, Kim Jong, work camp looking kind of thin over there? Because I know you're not feeding your people. We're going to see you some of these migrants. Because look, family, in case you think I'm wrong for that, what's one thing that most of the tether class of immigrants, all of them, okay, what do they always tell us about their work skills? There's a phrase they use, you know, because I have to justify my cruelty. There's a phrase that they use. I'm trying to remember that phrase. What do they tell us, family? They tell us what about their working skills? We work hard. Yeah, you work so much harder, right? Hey, I want to put that to the test. Let's drop your ass off in a North Korean work camp and see how hard you really work. Cause he gonna show you, boy. Look, I'm gonna put that broadcast together. Probably have to do that on Patreon because that's kind of graphic there. But anyway, we got to get on the clowns now, family. Yes, this row of clowns that you see here. Cause see, really, each one of these clowns standing in line, and most of these guys that I saw caping for Roda the Roadrunner, they need some S's on their head. Yeah, S for simp. Okay. Oh yes, we gonna deal with one of them in particular that has so much to say. Oh, but this fool had the cape on. Cause see, look, and that broadcast I got coming up about the simp, so we're gonna address the different categories of simp too. Because listen, man, it's a lot to cover, and it's gonna relate to a lot of events that have happened previously that damn near turned the internet world upside down on its head because people making foolish decisions. Oh, we gonna get there. We gonna get there. Just wait till I do that broadcast. But now, We got to deal with Mr. Conscious Lee. Oh, yes, we gonna deal with him. Y'all knew I wasn't gonna leave him alone, man. No, buddy. Cause see, one thing that I'm gonna go hard in the paint on this year, this simp culture, fellas, my brothers that have actual nuts attached to you, those of you that have your manhood intact with some integrity, that's got to go. That is a hint. That's just as bad as a damn coon. Because see, if you a simp and you so quick to just believe anything a woman say, what about if you're wrong? And then when you find out that you're wrong, you still don't back down. You double down on it. All in the hopes that you might get to smell the damn seat that she get up out of when they can't stand your stupid ass. A simp is one of the lowest forms of male existence on the damn planet. Let me tell you something. If you think I'm going hard in the paint tonight, wait till I do that broadcast. Listen, man, I may have to name some names here. I'm debating on it because I just might have to call some names, man. It's a lot going on that y'all don't know nothing about. But see, I'm telling you, and when I light up a microphone, listen, I name names, okay? We'll get to it, though. We're going to deal with Mr. Conscious Lee here tonight. We're going to call that name first. I'm going to play this goofballs nonsense, and we're going to break it down from the A to the zero because, see, that's got to go, man. A simp is worthless because, one, if you don't have the integrity of manhood to tell people when they're wrong, any people, but particularly our women, okay, because we're supposed to be the leaders of the community, you're worthless. If you sit up here and you're so enamored with a woman's looks that you don't tell her when she's wrong because you're supposed to be the counterweight to her, you're useless. You're not going to have the respect of the men. Shout out Russell Wilson and the rest of these goofies like Will Smith. Yeah, I'm going there. Each and every one of us know somebody that fits that description. You're useless to the men because we can't trust your judgment. Oh, yeah. See, a simp, that you are a detriment to a community. You're not a plus to the community. And for the women that think it's cool to have a simp, sure, it's cool temporarily until you get in a situation where that simp has to display manhood, and he can't do it because he's insufficient. He's lacking. He does not know how to display manhood. The only thing he knows how to do is kiss your ass and seek favor from you. That's all a simp knows how to do. And even worse, a simp is always dependent on the woman to make most of the decisions. Ladies, if you think that's cool, get around some other women that's actually got solid men that actually stand up on manhood and take care of everything. You're going to feel so embarrassed and inadequate. And what's going to happen is that's going to turn towards that simp. But you can't get mad at him because he cannot be what he does not know how to be. Yes. Oh, yeah. We're going to hurt some feelings with that. So with that said, we're going to examine Mr. Conscious Lee here because, see, I got some choice words for him. And hit dogs or holler. He can respond if he like. But, boy, I'm going to tell you something. If you try it, it's going to get even worse.
Of the defendant and another person who they believe was the accused assaulter. They got in the car. They both got out the car. The defendant slapped the male who responded by slapping her back. He did have a water bottle on his hand, and we think that's what left a mark on her face, but it was mutual combat. That's what they said. So they charged this woman with fraud because she said she was hit by a brick, but they said she was hit by a water bottle, but they do acknowledge she was hit. They do acknowledge it was marks left on her face. So
let me pause this right off the bat. Fact of business, let me make sure I get this in shot. I'm going to let this play one more time.
She can't get a GoFundMe to take care.
There it is right there. That's what I wanted to pause him on. Now, before I get in on this clown right here, ladies, let me talk to those of you that this applies to, because I like to be very direct and specific when I chastise or make a critique on something. If you're the type of woman that you listen to something like this, okay, you are in so much trouble with where society is headed right now. There are things coming up that we're going to have to deal with in Black America where you're going to find out just how worthless and useless a simp is, and you're going to find out how dangerous sitting there letting your ears be tickled by a simp that just kiss your ass and say that you do everything right. You know, the black woman is God types. Oh boy, when I tell y'all I got something for them coming up. First thing I had to point out, though, look at this boy's hair. This boy got multiple colors in his head like a bitch. Yes, I said it. Why do you have multiple colors in your head, cornball? That should have been your first clue besides the simp babble coming out of his mouth. And see, let me go here, right? Because like a lot of people probably don't understand why a simp does what it does. And I said it. Yes, I am. I told you I'm not missing no words. It does what it does because it has no type of honor. See, when you have honor, there's certain things you just won't do. There's certain things you won't do for money. There's just certain things you won't do because you have principles. You have some type of moral code that say, okay, wait a minute. I can't go that far. That's a bridge too far. This does not have it. Now, why is that particularly dangerous to a group of men that does? Because this weak spine bastard right here will sell out the entire group for anything that he thinks he's going to get as far as a compliment or whatever from women that he likes. That is dangerous. Any type of a sellout is dangerous. This is why men don't trust simps, okay? So while he's rambling on here, just reaching and reaching. Now, by this time that he did this, all types of evidence came out. Shout out to the good sister, Daphne Sutton, the queen of accountability again. This sister put all her receipts in order. She probably has an encyclopedia of receipts on Roda the Roadrunner Osman. And this fool here, instead of him saying, you know what? I was trying to come out and defend this sister that I thought was assaulted. I was wrong. It's okay to make a retraction, but I understand why he didn't do it, because a simp is not a man. A man, when we make mistakes, we can say, hey, you know what? I meant well, but I have to make a retraction. Brothers and sisters, I was wrong. Let me tell you something. I've done it. I will continue to do it because that's a tenet and a core principle of manhood, is being able to admit when you're wrong. But see, this idiot, let me tell you something. Him and Dr. Umar Johnson, I'm putting him in there. I told you I named names when I got something to say. I don't have to be in Twitter spaces throwing subliminals at people. I will at your ass or call your name directly, okay? Let me tell you something. They got the same type of audience where they're mostly supported by women. And see, women, that's basically you paying for poison in a candy coating. Words from a simp only harm you because, see, how we become stronger as people, not just women, how we become stronger as people is by embracing the truth. When we're wrong, face that, because you need to analyze that and learn how to improve. A simp is incapable of that, okay? So I'm just breaking down why he does what he does. I get it. He has no honor, and a man with no honor, man, I don't want you nowhere around me. Let's let this goofy continue.
Of what, and then this really the part that had me scratching my ass. TikTokers provide police information on Osman false claims past alleged scams. During the investigation, detectives said they received call from Daphne Sutton, a mental health advocate and blogger on TikTok, who believed Osman was conducting a scam because similar situation happened in Minneapolis in 2020. Daphne Sutton, the queen of accountability that literally made about 30, you know what I'm saying, it's exaggeration. I say probably like 10 to 15 different Twitter videos about her calling Houston law enforcement and saying, hey, Ro, yeah, she's scamming. Queen of accountability. So according to law enforcement, it was a plastic water bottle that left this mark on her face.
Let me pause. See, we got to go in on this foolish bastard yet again. Family, all of us have been kids at one point in time in our lives. We played with water guns, water balloons, water bottles. There is no water bottle, unless it's frozen, that's going to leave that type of welt on your face if you got hit by it. Slight bruise, yeah, if it's not frozen. But if it's frozen solid, that's the only way something like that could leave that type of mark. Again, moron, there are cameras out there at the place. Don't you know if that would have happened, they would be able to verify that with your little tutti frutti, rainbow colored, the Toucan Sam hair going on, you ridiculous bastard, you. Don't you know that? You hear how stupid he sounds? And he doubling down on the stupidity because, see, let me further, enunciate on why these simps do this. They are so disconnected from anything attached to manhood. They don't have men with spine. Because, see, I'm going to tell you how I know he don't have no men that's like me or any of you brothers in the chat around him. You know we despise these types. We can smell it on them, man. We can't stand being around them, man. So I know he don't have nobody to pull his coattails. And I was going to put this in the broadcast tonight because, see, I didn't do it because I actually have some type of honor. One of my codes that I have is I don't usually go at people's wives unless it's something in the news. So we all know I got to go here. Oh, yes, I got to go here. I ain't going to put it on the screen, but damn it, I'm going to say what needs to be said. For all of you ignorant heifers out here that put the cape on for Roda the Roadrunner, and you like, ooh, tell him, Country Lee, that's right, tell him. For all of y'all that was doing that, you do know Mr. Conscious Lee, he's kind of unconscious when it comes to picking the sisters, because I've heard that he has a white Hispanic woman on his arms. Oh, I saw it. Yes, I'm just letting y'all know. Just because I didn't put it in here doesn't mean I didn't see it. Oh, yes, he's got a craving for tacos. So, you know, how that work? Huh? When we start letting that slide, I'm just saying, man. You know, Mr. Conscious Lee, you so for the sisters, but you can't go get one, huh? Oh, yeah, I went there, buddy. I ain't gonna put your wife on the screen, but I'm gonna get on you over here. Cause see, what we gonna make sure, fellas, that these damn simps understand is you do not have a place of authority in the community. You are the equivalent of a child. You have not earned the respect of men. You are incapable of leading, and you will not be the spokesperson for foundational Black American freedmen men. We're going to put your ass in the goofy corner where you belong. That's going to become the standard here across all generations going forward here in 2024. We got grown folks' business to take care of, and what we're going to need is intelligent men with integrity and foresight to lead the way forward for the next generation. You are incapable, consciously. Let's let this moron continue babbling.
Not no saline, not no injections, not that she made it up. Like, it was a water bottle, apparently. Second thing, they claim in the article it was mutual combat. That's what the law enforcement said. But one individual had a object, the other one did not. And the individual that had an object was a man. But it's mutual combat.
Yes, you idiot. It was mutual combat because Roda Osman has a propensity to go around putting her hands on men. Now, in Somalia, let me tell you something. And most African nations, let one of these women go put their hands on a man over there. See, I'm trying to tell you. I got to say what I know to be the truth, not what I heard, what I know and have seen. They will stomp the dog shit out of their women. You understand? She knows she can't do that back where she's from, but see, when they get over here and they get around, you know, certain influences, they start running around trying to act like a chick off a damn Bad Girls Club and all this other goofy stuff. That's really where that behavior is coming from with her. Okay, that's so that's why she's so bold over here. But she knows she couldn't get away with that in her homeland. Now we finna get ready to address the Geico lizard here. Oh yeah, I got to get him, dog. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm wondering where that boy's parents is really from now, because now is the time. And I give credit to our good brother Tariq Nasheed for coming up with the question. Y'all know what the question is. Where's your family from? I'm not sure, but and to me, the Geico lizard, you know, he's exhibiting some tether talk, but I got to deal with something because I said I was going to play this on the last broadcast. I forgot to throw it in. I got to make a point before we get there. You know, we're going to go ahead and put this on the screen here, right? Now, I'm going to put this up here. We're going to go through it because it ties into what I just said about Roda the Roadrunner, Osman running around putting her hands on men, but we got to deal with something else that comes with that same type of attitude. I'm going to play this, and I'm going to show you this is an example of the women that will not have protection from men that have any type of integrity or standards. And these are the type of women right here that the simps put the cape on for. And see, for you guys that still running around here talking, oh, well, man, you got a fat ass, talk about Roda the Roadrunner. I'm going to play this. And ladies and gentlemen, these are the type of women that they put the cape on for because they look a certain way. But see, intelligent men, we don't just look at women. We view the whole character, the mentality that woman displays behind that, but everything that she displays as far as her looks. This right here, what I'm about to play for you, ladies, those of you that are looking for good men, you better do the complete opposite of this. I'm going to play this, and then we're going to give some critique, and we're going to get on the Geico lizard here.
Is it controlling if a man feels like his woman is revealing too much of her own body?
Yeah. In my opinion, I'm gonna wear whatever the fuck I want. Yeah. And like I do it for myself. Right. And the women gays, male gays, they fuck anything. I'm not gonna lie. Covered and not covered. From my experience. But if I'm naked, you're not my fucking father. Right. Even my father can tell me what to fucking wear. If you want me to cover up, you better pay me. Cover up? Pay me to cover up.
Now let me pause it right here, and there's a little bit of lag to that. But you heard this this thotty karate practitioner, this turbo thought. You better pay me to cover up. Okay. Let me say this in no uncertain terms before I let these idiots continue babbling. Ladies, you free to do whatever you want to do, especially if you're grown. You can. But this is one thing I want you to understand, and this goes with certain events that have happened that everybody keep babbling about in Twitter space here, Twitter space there, subtweet here, subtweet there. Let me tell you something. You can do whatever you want to do as a grown woman, but you better be able to accept the consequences that come with the choices. Notice that I said choices, not mistakes, the choices that you make. When you make certain choices, certain consequences come along with that, okay? So if you're going to be a boss chick, y'all know the other term they like to use, being a boss chick mean that, okay, when you make certain choices, you become accountable for those choices. Say, okay, this is what I want to do. I'll make sure what come with it. You don't get a mulligan. You don't get a do-over, okay? So now, I'm going to let these idiots continue because, see, these will be the same ones when something happening. Where the black men's at? No. A black man can't tell you what to do. We can't protect what we can't correct. You understand? And you simps take notes on this because these are the type of chicks that y'all will be sniffing around behind when they dead wrong about something. Man, what they fine though? Let me tell you something, man. I have to physically restrain myself from being around that because I'm telling y'all know my background. I have to get away from it. I can't stand it, man. Because I just didn't come up around it, man. Look, you think you want to know one of the worst things that a man can do around a woman is sit there and kiss her ass and never tell her when she's wrong. No matter what she does, everything is always right. How do you grow as a person like that? See, watch this, right? I'm going to thread this needle before I let this continue. Because, see, you simps don't understand this. Family, when you're raising children, okay, when you're teaching a child, you teach the child what? Right from wrong. If there's a hot stove nearby, you don't tell the child, it's okay if you go play with it. They're like, no, stay away from that stove. You know what I'm saying? You teach them the correct way. You don't just tell the child that everything the child does is right. And that applies to people in adulthood as well, men and women. So that's the point that I'm making. But see, if y'all thought that what they said so Bart Far was bad, oh, you ain't heard nothing yet. I'm going to let the rest of this play. I said it might be a little choppiness to this particular clip, but y'all going to be able to hear it just fine.
Like, I take 1,000 on cash. If it's like contextual, it makes sense. Like, oh, babe, it's cold outside, you know? Yeah. But it was like, oh, you're showing too much, you're insecure. Otherwise, I'm doing whatever I want to do.
If he's your man and he feels uncomfortable with you wearing that, would you not want to take his feelings into consideration?
Not really, because this is my body, my choice. And like, fashion is my fucking passion. So if I want to wear something short and skimpy, that's what I'm going to do. And he knows what he signed up for when he dated me. So, because at that point, it's just, they know that they're not supposed to be with each other. Like, I guess it's not compatible. So, I mean.
So now y'all heard that clip, right? So now let me go ahead and address something that she did say. The Turbo Thoughts did say that made sense. I'm going to give them credit when they're right on something. One of the things that she said that made sense is, for you simps, you know what you signed up for when you started talking to me. Let me tell you something, fellas. For you knucklehead ass simps out here that don't get this, I'm going to make it plain for you. Because I'm going to hurt your feelings over here tonight if this applies to you. When you meet them chicks and that's how they are, you can't change them. Kanye West, you too. You can't change a thought into something that is not. Yeah, that's right. You can use that one. You can't change a thought into something that is not. That's right. I got rhymes over here too, damn it. You can't change a thought into something that is not. You got to either, okay, if you're going to engage that thought, you got to say, okay, I see what you are. I respect it for what it is. I'm going to use a thought for what I use a thought for. And then that's it. You can't be trying to get in relationships with them because if they wanted to be in one, they wouldn't be acting like that. You heard them say that their fathers couldn't even tell them what to do. My body, my choice. I'm going to do what I want to do. Let me tell you something. You can't be under the protection of a man if you're going to do whatever you want to do. Why? I've given this analogy many times. if you have some security that's supposed to protect you, a bodyguard, you have to follow the instructions of your security or bodyguard. They cannot protect you without your cooperation. And see, fellas, leave those types of chicks right where they are. Cause see, I'm gonna tell you something that most people won't tell you. It's really not even wise to deal with them because they keep a whole bunch of shit stirred up. And whoever they've done things to, you never know when they cross the wrong person. They come looking for them, and here you are with them. And now you thinking, man, I'm gonna step in and save the day, when you don't even really understand why those people are after them, and you get caught up in all bullshit. And you either sitting down doing prison time, or you going straight into a pine box somewhere. Okay, so that's some common sense for men to understand. But now we got to get into this Geico Lizard portion of the broadcast. Let me go ahead and give my disclaimer that I promised that I would before I got to this. Family, black men and women, brothers and sisters, I know there are parents here. Some of you might be listening to this broadcast with children in the room. I'll give you a couple of seconds because we finna go in on a Geico Lizard. Yes, Plies, that's who we gonna go in on. I didn't edit all this stuff out. I've been editing forever. It's some language in here. This might be the time to either go away from this broadcast or leave the room if there's children that you don't want to hear this language in here, because we're going to go through this whole thing, okay? We're going to have to do it. It's necessary. And on the points that I'm going to make, a lot of people probably hadn't said this, because as you know, I tell everybody, if you are the type of person that worships celebrities, you ain't going to never want to hear nothing on this channel when I start critiquing them. I don't have a celebrity complex where I worship nobody, okay? None of them. Athlete, actor, entertainer, don't care who it is. You start doing things that are detrimental to the community, I got all the smoke for you over here on this microphone, okay? So again, say it one more time before we get into this. Gonna be some language in here that's not edited. We're gonna go through the whole thing that the Geico Lizard was talking about, because again, now that he said this, with his ignorant ass, I'm wondering where his family is from. Let's get back into it.
Conversation, motherfucker, about immigrants. Motherfucker, oh, they just come over here and they take our job. Check y'all jobs. What motherfucking job? The job that nobody don't want. The job that everybody think they too motherfucking good for anyway. The motherfucking people walk 17 motherfucking days. Sleeping motherfucking aluminum foil.
Okay, Geico Lizard, let me go ahead and get on you early. Mr. Geico Lizard Plies, sir. They came into our country illegally. Nowhere on the planet can any United States citizen go to China, Russia, whatever country you want to name, and go there illegally, and they know it. And then they, on top of that, give you taxpayer assistance and all kinds of resources for free over their own people, you idiot, you. Now, boy, let me tell you something, because I hope this make it back to you. I don't know where your people from, but I'm really starting to suspect you're not really one of us, because you've always been a funny-looking little bastard. You've always been a funny-looking little bastard. This is another reason why we're going to have to also clamp down on the grassroots about these people not qualified to speak on certain issues. Yeah, they got a platform. They can jump on it and do whatever they want. But on the grassroots, we're going to give them pushback and let them know to shut the fuck up on important issues. That is a crisis over here, Plies. These people are coming up here with no background checks, military-aged men. You see more military-aged men coming across the border than women and children. Not that I want either here. I said it. I'm one of the people that say, no, all of y'all go back where you came from. Show me how much harder you work than us. You got them coming over here in city council meetings, telling our citizens what money we not going to get out our own taxpayer dollars. And this ignorant bastard sitting up here talking about, y'all, they taking y'all and all that. Just stupid. That show you how far disconnected he is from regular society. He don't understand what all the problems are that going to come with that. And the biggest problem, most of them coming over here are anti-black. Most of them are. Yes, we've already seen these incidents, okay? So this idiot is living in a neighborhood where they're not going to come to his neighborhood, and he knows that too. But then he want to wag his finger at the rest of us. Boy, you too stupid to even have any type of critique for everyday people in society. But I ain't done with him by sight. We're going to let him continue. Like I said, he going to have language. I'm going to have language. Let it continue.
for 8-9 motherfucking months in the rain, sun, every motherfucking thing. Swim across the motherfucking Atlantic Ocean. Just to motherfucking come over here to provide a motherfucking service. And y'all don't want a motherfucking over here? You're supposed to be greeting the motherfuckers at the border with motherfucking old moms if you ain't me.
We didn't ask you, you ignorant bastard. Cause see, family, I dropped an article on X earlier today. Okay, you can find it on my X account. Y'all really want to know what the get down is? Why these immigrants are coming over? These illegal immigrants? Yeah, y'all really want to know what the get down is? Cause see, let me tell you something, man. Nothing that's done in this country is done without a reason. Okay, the old saying, "Follow the money." Y'all want me to go ahead and break down what's really going on for those of you that are confused? Because we've never seen this happen any time in this country's history, and these large numbers, and a sitting president is just neglecting one of the primary functions of the office of the presidency, which is to secure the nation's borders. Y'all really want to know what the get down is? 'Cause I'll tell you. Oh, yeah. Because, see, a lot of people probably haven't put it to you in this context. I'm going to make it very simple for you. And like I said, you can find that article on my X account. In fact, the business, I'll put it up on the community tab after the broadcast. Y'all want to know why they're being allowed to come over here like this in these numbers? Let me tell you something, dude. Here's the deal, right? And don't be surprised, because both parties, don't let them fool you. Both parties are benefiting off of what I'm about to tell you. See, when you look at the average migrant, illegal alien that's coming over here, those people are poor. It costs money for them to do what they're doing in large numbers, okay? Here's what's going on. And I'm going to say it like it need to be said, and I can back up what I'm saying with verifiable proof, okay? What's going on is the corporations, American corporations, they want a cheap labor force, so they're paying your politicians, both Democrat and Republican. Yes, I'm going to call them out. Yeah, look, don't be surprised they start interrupting this broadcast. Listen. They're paying both political parties to look the other way. And that's why that border is wide open. Because, see, that money, some of it's being sent to the cartels to pay them to bring cheap labor up here. All of this is being done to undermine foundational Black American freedom, men and women, because they don't want to pay a living wage to most Americans, but especially us, okay? That's what's going on. Now, I'm going to show you something that might have made you angry. But I'm going to thread a needle. Watch how I make this make sense for you. You know how, like, in most of these states, you know what I'm saying, in most of these cities, that your politicians are either not mentioning the migrant crisis, or they seem to be coming out on the side of Democrats, basically, and just all for it? Let me show you something. I'm going to put this website in here, and I want you to take me up on this, because it's all going to make sense. Again, the saying, follow the money, rings true even in 2024, okay? I'm putting this site in here, fec.gov, okay? Now, the reason that I'm going to put this site in here 3 times, I'm going to show you something, right? I'm going to help you thread a needle. All of these politicians, and if some of you have ran up on them and asked them why they don't have a word on the border crisis, why they don't want to put the right, whether you want a sanctuary city on the ballot or not, so you can vote for it or against it, go and type in whichever politician you see talking like that in fec.gov, and you'll see which corporations bankroll them. That's how you're going to find out who's exactly in their pockets, okay? In both political parties. There you go, right there, ladies and gentlemen. Bookmark that website. Put me to the test on it. When you start seeing the names and stuff that come back, you can be like, I'll be damned. That's why this bastard done sold our people out, okay? See, this idiot right here is too stupid to look at anything that I just stated here. He doesn't even understand what's going on. But see, I posit to you this. I want you to look at little Geico Lizard on the screen here, because I got to get surgical with this. This is what they want to mass produce. When I say this, let me break it down so that you understand what I mean. They want to mass produce idiots that their only skill is to dance around, yes, a boss, and entertain people like a damn modern day minstrel. That's whether you're athletes, your actors, your so-called rappers, and all of that. That's all they know. They don't study anything else. These people are fucking morons. And if you think I'm wrong, wait till I let him continue talking. You're going to see just how much of a moron he is. He's too stupid to understand that most of them coming over here are anti-Black. He's too stupid to understand that that's a drain on taxpayer resources. He's too stupid to understand they're being prioritized over American citizens that are homeless. Some of them are veterans. Okay, that's the biggest insult of all. Okay, he's too ignorant to understand about the crimes that they're going to be committing, how most of them come from places where they target children and it's normalized. He ain't thinking about none of that. He just want to wag his finger because he's a Democratic shield and tell us, oh, y'all should be welcome in open arms. Oh, yeah. See, we're going to let this moron continue because I ain't done with him yet.
You need to be throwing him a motherfucking immigrant day. Y'all gave motherfucking Christopher Columbus a motherfucking day. And he the biggest motherfucking thug in American motherfucking history. And you want me to motherfucking believe that they coming over here taking your motherfucking job. The reason y'all scared of the motherfuckers coming over here is the fact that they gonna come over here and show people what hard work really motherfucking is.
See how stupid he sounds? He doesn't even understand that the federal government is bankrolling everything they have. Let me tell you something, Plies. Boy, listen. If they worked so hard, why they didn't work hard where they're from to make their country the place they wanted to be? Even in spite of, yes, we understand the United States goes around the world destabilizing things, but why isn't the whole country leaving? And much respect to any brother or sister, okay, whether you continental African, Caribbean, even those in Latin America that stay where you're supposed to be in your homeland and still try to make things better, because all of them not leaving. I'm going to tell you why they don't work hard, Plies. All of them that's coming over here, I'm going to say it again, all ALL, all of them that's coming over here, those are your lazy bastards right there. They were lazy where they from, and they lazy coming up here because they thinking they're going to get free things off of the American taxpayers' expense. See, you ignorant bastard, if you understood anything, you would understand that everything they're getting is not for free. It's off of our taxpayer dime. Even yours, idiot. But you too dumb to understand that, Plies. You don't get that. Nothing is free if it's coming from our taxpayer dollars. Back to business, family. Because I'm going to back up what I said about them being the lazy ones. If they work so damn hard, why are they flying up here trying to get free stuff? Huh? Let me show you something. Let me go ahead and put this in here because I want my audience to a lot of y'all in here already know this website, but I'm putting it in here for the new people that subscribe to the channel. I'm going to put this in here 3 times. I want you to bookmark this website. Again, go on this website from time to time so that you can see where our tax dollars are going in real time to all these other foreign nations. That's our reparations money right there. I've said that many times. I'm going to continue to see it. When you go to any reparations hearing or meeting or city council, they talking about what they don't have for reparations, you pull that site up and print out some of the current figures on that. That's in real time, modern day analytics on where your taxpayers are going across the world is so-called foreign aid, basically, AKA puppet control money, okay? So now that I've said all of that, little dum-dum here is going on this soliloquy talking about how hard they work. Plies, listen, man, if they work so hard, why are they so eager to come get free stuff and break the law to come into the country? See, ladies, let me tell you something. I got to go here with it. A lot of y'all probably think this little idiot is cute. Let me tell you something. There's nothing cute about a stupid man. I don't care how much money he has. A man with money and no mind, that's a detriment. You understand? That is not a competent leader or a decision maker. I don't care how much wealth you have. If you're an unintelligent bastard like this, you can't do any good to anybody, especially leading no family. Yeah, I'm telling you, we're going to find out where you really from, boy, because we want to know now. Because, see, we wouldn't have paid that no attention, but now you jumping into our business to undermine us. Oh, yeah, now you become our business. We're going to find out where you from. I'm going to make it my business to dig into your background. I want to know where your parents from. Because, none of us never really knew that. And if you are one of us, you need to stay in your lane, boy. You're an entertainer. You don't have no qualifications to speak on none of this. You hadn't looked up no statistics, no figures. You hadn't even went to these places where all these migrants are flooding. I guarantee you he ain't took a trip to Chicago. He ain't took a trip down there to Texas to see the border. He ain't took a trip to New York. You ain't been in conversation with nobody that work on the border to understand the issues that we having with this. But you gonna come out here wagging your finger at us? Fellas, I'm telling you. It's up to us as the men to lead the charge and shutting this crap down. These ignorant motherfuckers will not be allowed to speak for us going forward in 2024.
That's what y'all privileged motherfuckers get on. I ain't heard no motherfucking in the hood talking about no motherfucking immigrant took their motherfucking job. I ain't heard now motherfucking scribble. I ain't never heard a motherfucker say, I went to King of Diamonds and they didn't give me the job, they gave me the Isabel. I ain't motherfucking heard that. Not motherfucking me. But y'all want a motherfucker to believe every time a motherfucking election coming around, oh, y'all motherfucking scared of the immigrants, the motherfucking boogeyman. But the whole motherfucking time they cut your motherfucking grass and cleaning your motherfucking house, you ain't asking them people that they got the motherfucking green card or pink card and none of that shit.
Did you hear this ignorant bastard? Boy, that's white people getting them to do that, cut their grass and clean their house. Very few black people are hiring illegal immigrants to do that kind of stuff. I know I don't, because I take pride in doing those things myself. Okay? Now, I can understand if your property is so big that you can't manage it yourself and you hire people, but even then, I'll be looking to hire brothers and sisters in the community. Oh, yeah, that's what being black first is all about, considering your people first. If you can't find them, okay, then if you got business to take care of, then you look outside the community. But if your first option is to get a brother or sister that fits the qualifications to do that job, that's what being black first means. It starts with economics. But see, this idiot right here, he doesn't even understand that he's not talking to the average black American person. And see, this is what really make me suspect this boy ain't one of us, man. Because think about it. Most of our people wouldn't talk like this. Even the coons don't take it that far. You know what I'm saying? Even the coons don't take it that far. I'm really starting to think this boy's an immigrant because, see, he going a little bit too hard in the paint for that. He really is. See, family, I'm going to posit something to you and you can tell me what you think on this. When it comes to this particular issue about these illegal aliens, this is going to really make it clear where everybody stands on this, and this is going to out a lot of tethers that we didn't know were tethers. It's just the same as when you ask one of the white supremacists, what's their take on reparations? I mean, for one of them that pretend to be an ally, and then you say, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to close the borders, this, that, the third, whoop, de whoop. Then you say, okay, well, what's your stance on reparations for founding black American freedmen? Oh, now, y'all don't need no handouts now. Oh, no, boy, that white supremacist jump right on out of them. I posit to you this. When it comes up, the matter about stopping that immigration and closing them borders, most of the Tesla class ain't going to be able to contain that because that's them that's jumping over here like that. Yeah, that's them. Or either they got relatives, they want to sneak over here. Plaza honestly don't think you one of us, dude. You looking real suspect right now, but don't worry, buddy. We're going to find out if you are or not. See, one thing's about being codified that I love in this era that we're heading in. All of us are working together on the grassroots and staying focused on what really matters. Most of us are, okay? Because you got some people that's not, but I'm going to address that in a future broadcast. But when it comes to this dude right here, nah, buddy, you're not qualified to speak. Let's let this moron continue because I got a lot more to break down with him.
But y'all want to act like they taking something from motherfucking you. We're supposed to be at the motherfucking border with motherfucking old moms, you yagged me, by some motherfucking immigrant. I wish I motherfucking see him. I buy you many motherfucking Corona. I buy you motherfucking many Coronas that you motherfucking want. I see them in the convenience store, all the corner store. I buy it up, man. Motherfucking go. Y'all the motherfucking deserve this shit. Y'all the motherfucking one working hard. Talking about.
You hear him? See, that's tether talk. They're the ones that's working hard when it was our elders and ancestors that got them here. See, the reason why I'm leaning more towards this boy ain't one of us, most of them tell us, they don't really understand why they're over here. They don't understand without that 1964 and 65 Immigration Act that our people pushed for, that the white people did not want them here. They really think that they were invited over here by white folks when history clearly shows, no, you were not. No, you wouldn't. You gonna tell them talking about they deserve, first of all, what the fuck do you deserve out of our taxpayer that you don't, taxpayer dollars that you don't pay into this country on? You've never fought for this country. Think about it. You're talking about work hard and lazy. I'm going to add cowardice on top of it with my critique of these illegal aliens, these grown-ass healthy men running from their countries. If you wouldn't fight for your country back home, what make you think you're going to fight for this one? Huh, Plies? You ever thought about that? But see, I know you hadn't. Because, see, this is the other thing that we're going to have to shatter this illusion of, family. And see, I guess it's different for me because, like, my uncle and I, we work security around a lot of these types like this, okay, that would be considered celebrities or famous. When you see how they really operate, that whole mystique and that aura of like, oh, they're so much better than us, that shit fades away. These are some of the dumbest people you will ever meet. And he's living proof of it. I'm not saying all of them, because there's some cool brothers and sisters out there that are celebrities. But this right here is far more of him than it are of the ones that I just previously mentioned that are intelligent and actually well-informed on things. Or if they're not well-informed, they're smart enough to seek out someone that can put them up on proper information so that when they speak, they're not speaking out of a place of ignorance, okay? Unfortunately, that's a reality for them. You know, listen, I get it. If you're an athlete, an entertainer, or whatever, you hone your craft, that's mostly what you focus on to get where you at. Don't have no issue or problem with anybody maximizing their talent. What I do have a problem with is when you step outside your lane and start speaking on issues that affect our people as a whole. That's when you become my business. I'm one of the people with a platform over here. When I put my foot on your neck, I'm not taking it off. And I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. I don't give a damn about none of your music. What kind of moves you got on those sports teams? I don't care about none of that. We are in a critical hour in our history where all of us who are men and women, we better stand up and start letting these people know, nah, you don't speak for the rest of us, okay? Look, this is do or die time, family. It's a lot of important decisions that we're going to have to make going forward this year, and we got to call it right. We don't have time to make the error that put this bastard Joe Biden in office. We really don't have that luxury to afford any more foolish mistakes long term, because I'm telling you, Biden sexuals now, those of you idiots that's running around, ooh, where did Trump get in? You living, ain't you? We survived Trump. That Trump don't have no policies that consistently harm or systematically harm the black community. Has he done things and said stuff? Sure, he have. But he hadn't done nothing to specifically harm us like Jim Crow Joe Biden in this damn Democratic administration. So stop being afraid. If you ain't gonna vote for Trump, cool, ride the couch. Nobody's telling you to vote for anybody without tangibles. That's been the consistent message over here. So the couch is always an option. I told you, Sir Couch of Chillington, best candidate out there if no tangibles are being offered. All right? So now, when it comes to this whole particular issue here with Mr. Plies running his mouth, we're going to have to shut that down wherever we find it, family. And we're doing that on the grassroots, but that needs to become the norm, where anytime that one of them is put on certain TV stations or radio stations or whatever, and they go running to them to try to put them as the spokesperson for Black America, if we stand our ground and stay on code, they will be delegitimized, and the white media will have to abandon them, because they'll be like, okay, every time we put this fool up here, their name is mud. Case in point, if you don't think that we're capable of doing that, what happened everywhere Barack Obama showed his face around any foundation of Black American freedmen? Huh? Do we let that big-head bastard come around us as if he speak to us and for us when he done so much damage to our community for over 8 years of his presidency? No, we do not. So I'm showing you what kind of power we have when we decide to delegitimize one of these idiots. Whether it's your Roland Martins, your Tiffany Crosses, any one of them you want to name, we're going to have to drop the hammer on this celebrity class. And see, I know that's going to be difficult for a lot of our people to do, because unfortunately you have a lot of people that they worship celebrities. Let me tell you something. You can like whatever music you want to like. Got no problem with that. When it comes to real world decisions, you better learn how to tell these motherfuckers to sit down and shut up when they're not qualified to speak. Let's let it continue.
Y'all scared of some motherfucking image. I don't want to hear that shit.
So now, you heard the Geico lizard, right? Yeah, you know, I had to get him out the way because a lot of y'all was asking me was I going to have commentary on it, and there's what I had to say on it. Now we got to get back on Road to the Roadrunner. And for those that just coming in, one of my brothers here, Diesel Mike, has said that she turned herself in today. I had yet to see that. I'm definitely going to look into that and see, you know, what all else comes with that situation, because she needs to be hit with the stiffest penalties that they can prosecute her with under the law. It's time to set a zero tolerance for that type of foolishness, brandishing, tarnishing the image of Black American men and women. We already deal with enough. We're going to have to push back against that, because, see, we should have done that a long time ago, but we would never disown code around our culture. When you get on code around your culture and you have a respect for it, not only it, but your personal family history, you take a pride in who you are, and that overrides that conditioning that the greater majority of our people have been subjected to, where we're supposed to just be mistreated, and the only thing we're good for is the benefit of the people. That's over with. It's a brand new day. So we finna deal with this idiot right here, because it's some more facts that we got to look into. Now that we've gotten consciously out the way with this simping behind, I'm gonna play some more stuff here, and we just gonna go ahead and put a button on this whole issue with her and all the foolishness she got going on. A lot of y'all probably hadn't heard some of this. Some of y'all probably have heard some of it, but it's some points that I want to make, so I'm gonna let this play. And ironically, it's gonna be a non-FBA person breaking certain things down. Let's get into it.
The world has been a very unpleasant place ever since this video of Roda Osman was planted on our timeline 4 months ago.
Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why this man got a brick on my face?" And he's holding a brick, and all these is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then they all just watch, and they let that get in the car.
The story got a lot of publicity. People felt sorry for her, but others were really skeptical because she claimed she got hit by a brick, but there was no breakage in the skin. It was just a lump that was perfectly intact. And that's bizarre to say the least. Now, to prove people wrong, she posted a video of her on the night where she claims it's moments after she got hit by a brick.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a Yeah, this man hit me, grabbed a rock, and it hit me in my face because I would have given him my number. And all y'all just watch. Y'all see that?
Now, see, I'm going to pause it right here because I want to point out some strategies about how we can go ahead and quickly nullify these types of incidents. Because, see, one thing about the Tether scammers, they mimic each other. See, I'm going to go ahead and say something, and I got to tell the truth. This is no disrespect to our own code continental African brothers and sisters, but I'm not going to lie. Y'all going to be able to verify this. I'm going to tell you how I know that Tether scammers copy each other anytime one of them seems to have a measure of success, okay? Because we're going to discuss how to derail this type of situation. Over on the continent, okay, in Africa, when one nation does something, the rest of them tend to copycat things, okay? We all see that because Lord knows they copycat our culture, yet they stay telling us we don't have one. That extends to the things like scamming also for the scam class. Not saying all African people scam because they do not. That is incorrect. So I want to make sure I'm clear in my language. Here's how we can debunk this type of stuff. If you're around a situation like this as a foundational Black American freedman, a man or woman, those of you that have camera phones or a DJI or anything, record these things so that the minute that somebody like a Roda the Roadrunner goes live and starts lying, you can say, she full of shit. I was there. I got the footage. Nobody hit this woman with a brick. Okay, I'm just using that as an example for this particular situation because there's going to be some more that's going to try it. Trust me. They're looking at how much money she was able to get, and they're even willing to risk it, even though she's turned herself in, because one of my brothers in the chat room said that or Sister Daphne Sutton has confirmed it and posted this heifer's mugshot. Y'all know I'm going to retrieve that and get my meme making skills on. You know your brother got to do it, okay? But I want you to remember that you are the media out here in conjunction with the grassroots. And see, let me tell you something. Don't worry about if you don't have a platform or not. That's what you got us for. You know, if you send it to me, hey, man, I will put it over here on the Summer Jam screen and we will blast the message loud and clear. Because, see, there's a lot that you can do to combat propaganda when you have these tools at your disposal today. And y'all know me, I'm one of them that I don't just pick up stories that are national attention. I want the stories that nobody's really talking about, no matter what they may be, especially if it's something that's harming our people, okay? So don't worry about if you say, well, I ain't got a platform. That's cool. Pass it along to those of us that have platforms. There's plenty of us that will cover these types of things, okay? So I just want to give y'all a reminder that when you see stuff like this, just remember, that's the time to pull that phone out because that could be used to go ahead and get the truth out about one of these lying incidents like this, okay? I'm going to let it continue.
That video just caused more questions than answers because now she claims she got hit by a brick, but in that video, she claims it was a rock. But that's just a small discrepancy. She will continue to say that she got hit with the brick in front of all those men who are currently on camera. But if you listen to the video and slow it down, They're telling her, we weren't here, lady. You're just ranting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was sitting right there, but
She was literally right there, bro. You see what I'm saying?
And like coming from the gas station.
We just came from the gas station, right? And she was talking about she got hit with the brick. You know what I mean?
And then we was asking.
So we just like, what just happened, bro?
Who
just hit you with a brick? She talking about a guy in a suit.
If you're victimized and a week into us investigating you being victimized, we're left with more questions than answers. That's ultimately not a good sign and usually leads to somewhere despicable. Like her alibis for her getting hit by a brick were confirming they didn't watch her get hit by a brick. They pulled up to her screaming about getting hit by a brick and then lying on camera about them watching her get hit by a brick. Now, outside of that, people were pulling up various videos from hers where they were claiming that she was a local troublemaker and she was going around the community terrorizing it.
You ever fuck with me ever again? It's for the fact that you're a white man and I'm a black woman, I have less privilege than you. Thank you.
I feel bad.
And outside of these videos, people got really suspicious as they began to pull up old videos of her doing the exact same thing with the exact same shtick that often led to her starting a fundraiser and trying to raise money for her being victimized or hit by a man.
You grew up and they mad because you trying to beat somebody. They mad because you trying to beat somebody. I'm trying to be a doctor and they mad. Look what they did to me. Look what they did to me for no reason. They don't beat me up. I'm 30 years old. They gonna beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up for no reason. Look at me. I'm not a bad person. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm a good person. And they try to do this to me. Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no. And he picked up a brick in front of so many men. And was like, what you gonna do? And I told all these men, like, yo, why this man got a brick on my face?
That was eerie because that was the exact same video, the exact same accusations that she made twice, just 3 years apart, one in 2020 and one in 2023. Now, there's a pattern here though. You see, when she makes these videos hoping to go viral, well, a grift usually follows suit because after her 2020 video where she accused somebody or a man of hitting her, she then started a GoFundMe to collect funds to pay her bills. Her GoFundMe stated a young black Muslim single mother was viciously assaulted by private security in Minneapolis, sustaining multiple facial contusions, a black eye.
Now let me pause it right here, right? Because see, we finna put our common sense hat on, okay? I want to hone in on something, but first let me point out the importance of what the brother Flacco was talking about. Pattern recognition. See, this is why I'm glad this happened in real time at a time where our focus and our codification has never been stronger. When you start to see these patterns like this, you start to be able to recognize and get a jump on it before they even get started down the road with these scams, okay? Because see, we turn the blind eye to this foolishness for too long over here. And see, we can't afford to do that anymore. But where we're headed in this country now with all these things that are coming down the pipe for us, let's focus in on the portion of what you see on your screen here, though. Now, let's read this. This is laughable. She needs estimated $5,000 to pay for medical bills, legal fees, a new phone, and more. Now, an intelligent person would have read that part that I just said right there and said, wait a minute. How is $5,000 going to cover medical bills alone would eat that up? And legal fees, a new phone, and more. I was like, nah, you come on now. Where are those of my medical professionals in here? My nurses, okay, people that work in the healthcare industry. Y'all know what I'm talking about. $5,000 ain't gonna cover it. Look, man, they damn near charge you $1,000 for aspirin in some of these places, man. Come on now, am I lying, family? You see what I'm saying? So see, that right there should have been the first red flag. But see, again, this goes back to what I said earlier in the broadcast, the whole believe all women thing, people jumping their feelings instead of saying, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. See, when you allow your emotions to lead, whether you're a man or a woman, when you allow your emotions to lead instead of your logic, you miss critical things like I just pointed out here, what I read in that section right there of that so-called GoFundMe. Okay? Always keep your thinking cap on. All right? And see, when something look like it don't add up, guess what? It doesn't. The truth is always simple. Okay? And if you're an intelligent person, you can spot a lie immediately or an inconsistency that will lead to you saying, wait a minute, before I throw my support behind this, I'm going to need more information. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that pause will save you from putting your money or your resources or your time and energy behind something that's not legit, like this scam here, okay? So that's what I wanted to point out. Let's let our brother Flacco continue breaking it down.
And injuries to her leg and back. She needed an estimated $5,000 to pay for medical bills, legal fees, a new phone, and more. Please donate if able, support and share. Thank you. If donating through GoFundMe does not work for you, please send funds to Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Now in 2023, it's the exact same grift with almost identical stories where she goes through a friend or a third party to open up the GoFundMe for her, so I guess it looks more genuine. You see, in 2023, another GoFundMe was started, but this GoFundMe raised over $40,000 for her. And this GoFundMe reads, my good friend Roda was viciously attacked with a brick by a man she refused to give her number. She was surrounded by onlookers who stood by and did nothing to help her, not even calling an ambulance. The video is now viral all over Twitter, IG, and TikTok. Roda is a single mother and student. She is a beautiful person who is always there for others. Because of this vicious attack, she would have to manage hospital bills, therapy, and time away from work, school, and childcare while she heals mentally and physically. Unfortunately, no one stepped in to help her that night. It would mean so much if we could step up and help her as she heals. So clearly a grift for money. Now the other question is, so what exactly happened to her face? Like, what's the tea there? Pause. No grown man should be saying what's the tea. So pause. I apologize to y'all, man. Well, this TikToker claims that like the swelling up is an allergic reaction that Roda has debuted on her page multiple times.
Feminists are about to get really mad at me for this one. You guys remember this woman who was hit in the face with a brick? Even though it appears that she's having the same allergic reaction she was having in this video, I think this woman set this entire thing up as a hoax.
And this TikToker claims that one of the nurses from the clinic that she was at told him that it wasn't her getting hit by a brick. She actually had to drain Botox or whatever that was. I don't know the correct terms, but just check out the video.
You know who contacted me? The nurse. The nurse from the alleged hospital was not a hospital. It was a clinic. And this is what she had to say. Yes, she came in to get the saline extracted from the side of her face, which means she never got hit with a brick. She injected saline into her face to create the lump. That's why she wore the ski mask, so y'all wouldn't see the lump that she created.
If you just look at the track record, it was pretty apparent what this was. It was a money grab. 2020 made a video about being hit by a man, raised a couple $1,000s on GoFundMe. 2023 made a video about being hit by a brick by a man, raised $40,000+ on GoFundMe. Now, this incident took place 4 months ago, and Houston PD has been actively investigating, trying to get a suspect in, trying to get her justice. But somewhere in their investigation, they turned the attention on her and started to realize, oh, she's full of it. Now, Houston.
Now, I want to pause this right quick, and I want to underscore something very important also about this scam here that Roda, the scammy mammy, the Somali scammy mammy, pulled off. $40,000+, family. Do you know what you could do with that as far as like grassroots projects? See, I want to put this in perspective so that any of you that are violinists that donated to that garbage, because I damn sure didn't. I hope none of you in here did. But I want to make this point. You think of all the things that we could do for each other by pooling that kind of money together to put it into our communities for things we need. You could have scholarships for foundational Black American freedmen children. Okay. We could be helping other brothers and sisters in the community that we know would be in need. All right. We can be putting that money together to go towards supporting on-code political candidates like our brother Greg Marcel Dixon, okay, who needs our support, people that are actually for the people and willing to put their lives out there on the line and they're give up their privacy and everything to fight for our people. So I'm just naming a few things that could have been done with those types of resources. But see, when you got these scamming tethers amongst us that want to sit up here and come out here with these ridiculous stories and then trying to actually undermine our community like that, don't put your money behind that kind of stuff. I'm sorry. Look, I hate to say it, but now a lot of you that aren't in the tether class, you're going to have to suffer because of that. Because see, unfortunately, I know some of you do call it out, but it's not enough of you. Because see, think about it. Even now, family, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I will give credit to where I see it at. Besides that little handful of her community that really don't have a problem with her scamming, they got a problem with her being a darker skinned Somali woman because they don't like darker skinned Somalis. I'm just going to say that what it is. I'm not fooled by that. I know your culture. Here's the problem. I'm not seeing enough of them that are, I don't care whether it's Somali or whatever. I'm not seeing enough of them in unison say, hey, man, nah, that wasn't cool. Especially you try to frame our foundation of Black American freedom brothers and sisters on something they didn't do. See, that's the tone y'all gonna have to start taking. But see, we don't see many of you speaking up to denounce that. Unfortunately, a lot of you don't because you want support the next time you go to pull your scam. Okay? For those of you that applies to. Again, I'm not making a blanket statement towards all, but I'm talking about just what we see. And like I said, if y'all aware of some other brothers and sisters out there that's really making some noise, that's going as hard in the paint as our sister Daphne Sutton was, let me know. Because Daphne seemed to put that on her shoulders and run with it by herself. I didn't see too many of them outside of our lineage supporting that sister like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that out there, man. That she's done a lot more damage. In other words, this isn't a victimless crime. Okay, just because none of our brothers got hurt or killed or falsely locked up behind that, it could have happened. It definitely could have happened, all right? I hold her to the same standard, and some of y'all ain't gonna like this, that I will hold Carly Russell. I don't want to see none of our people, you know what I'm saying? Especially if our lineage lying like that, because see, when you do that, you place other sisters that are actually going through things in jeopardy. That was my stance on her from the beginning, okay? So I don't cut nobody doing that any type of slack, okay? So I just want y'all to keep that in mind. We're going to let Brother Flacco get back to it.
PD announced yesterday that they actually have an active warrant out for her arrest for felony fraud. Now, Houston PD believes that through deception, she was able to con and scam her way to items greater than $30,000 and less than $150,000, which would mean they're essentially charging her for lying about being hit with a brick because they believe that she did so with the intent to raise the $40,000 that she raised.
The woman at the center of a viral video who claimed a man threw a brick at her head because she would not give him her phone number is now wanted by Houston police. This story got national attention after that woman live streamed what she claimed was the aftermath on Instagram and started a GoFundMe. Only KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is talking with the prosecutor on this case tonight. He joins us live near the Galleria with the latest. Bryce.
Daniela, Houston police got called to this street in September, and when they arrived, the woman seen in that viral video told them that an Uber driver threw a brick at her head and then tried to kidnap her. But tonight, she has become the focus of this criminal investigation because Houston police say the surveillance footage captured by cameras on this street doesn't match her story.
While investigating this, they pulled up a surveillance camera. And according to Houston PD, that when they pulled the camera, they seen an interaction with her and another man, but it wasn't the interaction that she described.
She told the detective that responded that she was hit in the head with a brick after she refused to give her phone number to a guy on the street.
And was that verified by any of the evidence that detectives looked at?
No. That was not verified.
Harris County prosecutor Keith Houston says surveillance videos from that early September morning show Osman hitting a man first.
So she's the one she was the aggressor.
She was the aggressor, yes.
And it was a water bottle that hit her, not a brick?
He did have a water bottle in his hand, and we think that's what left the mark.
According to court documents, she asked someone else to launch this GoFundMe for her recovery, raising more than $42,000. But as the story went viral, a blogger on TikTok called police, alerting them to this this 2020 GoFundMe, which claimed a vicious assault by a security guard in Minneapolis.
Detective Thornton verified with Minneapolis police that there was no assault done at that time. It was completely fictional.
And that's why history matters, bruh. That's why somebody's background matters. We seen her hit various men in various videos. They claim it was a skit. Some claim the men deserved it. Who know what it was, but we seen a history of her putting her hands on people. Just to find out that the story that she didn't tell people was she actually attacked the man first.
Now let me pause the brother Flacco right there because see, I want to point something else out that he was talking about. I want to point something else out that he was talking about. This goes back to what I said at the beginning of the broadcast about the simp class. Well, man, she got a fat ass though. Okay, she's got that and she's got mental problems and she's prone to putting her hands on men in a society where if you dare try to defend yourself, you saw what happened to Jonathan Majors running a marathon away from that Becky. Now, she don't have the power that Becky have, but that could still put you in a bad situation with some type of domestic violence charge on your record, and you don't want that on your record. Keep your record clean out here, brothers, if you can afford to, sisters as well, because, see, I'm going to tell you something. This goes for men and women alike. If you're dealing with somebody, the minute that it turns physical, relationship over. If you smart, relationship over, do not look back. No, that's not with the way you should be conducting yourselves in any type of relationship, in any gender, or you know what, even any sexual orientation. I'm going to go there with it because I want those brothers and sisters to be safe as well, all right? Anytime it gets physical like that, where somebody's trying to put their hands on one another, it's over with. Leave it alone. Ain't nothing you can do to fix that. An argument, sure, you can work an argument out, all right? But as far as like when they start coming to violence or whatever, leave that alone. So for you goofy simps that's talking about how she looked and y'all gonna run over there and probably sit up there, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? I got to go here. This is embarrassing, but I got to say it. I wouldn't be surprised if now, because I heard this, they say she posted bail. She could get online and ask a lot of these simps for money. All she got to do is just wag her little raggedy tether class ashy ass all over the place, and they'll throw a bunch of money at her to help her with her legal fees. I guarantee you. You know, that's a sad commentary, man, but I guarantee you, man, because see, the same ones of them that's making them comments about how she looked, those are the idiots that will sit over there and pay these turbo thoughts on damn OnlyFans. Let me tell you something, dude. Fellas, I got to go here with it. We need to start a movement in 2024 to bring shame back amongst dudes that wear that simp banner with pride. Oh, we need to ostracize them in a way like never before. That is not acceptable. That is not acceptable, man. It's the most pathetic state of male existence that you can ever be in, all right? So I just wanted to point that part out while all of them are like, man, look how she look, though. Yeah, but look what she does, though, okay? Let it continue.
And then he threw a water bottle at her, and she took that story and claimed she got hit by a brick. Now, I don't care what type of water bottle that was, bro. I don't even care if it's a Dasani bottle. A Dasani bottle ain't leaving that bruise on you, bro. A Dasani bottle ain't swelling up your face like that, bro. I don't know what swelled up her face, but it wasn't that water bottle. She lied. She was actually the aggressor. She actually needs to be charged with battery. But they was gonna let her slide and just let her get away with being some bat-ish crazy chick who lied about being hit with a brick. But then a good Samaritan put them on game and let them know, hey, yo, she been scamming since 2020. Here's the track record. She lied in 2020 and raised money, and she lied in 2023 and...
Got to give our sister her props yet again. Salute to you, Daphne Sutton. Thank you, sister. Thank you. And thank you to all the sisters that stand behind the brothers out here that are worth a damn. Because, see, even if you've dealt with, you know, black men that are untoward, or I'm just going to call it what it is, some of them that ain't worth two dead flies, like I say, you know that doesn't represent all black men, and you're thinking about your male family members, your sons, your nephews, okay, your cousins, brothers, etc., okay, your uncles, all right, grandfathers. That salute to those users that have that type of common sense and foresight, all right? Because, see, I'm telling you, I can't say it enough times. This year is going to be very critical that we stick together and be lockstep with the decisions that we make to protect and empower the community. Y'all don't understand how serious I am about that. You've already seen what's going on with this migrant crisis. and several other things that's going on right now. Okay, I'm gonna be presenting some of that in an upcoming broadcast on this channel and on my Patreon, okay? I've already been dropping things over there on the Patreon that y'all should be taking notes of, okay? So, like I said, we don't have time for that tether class foolishness. That's got to go by the wayside. And salute to our own code, non-FBA brothers and sisters, okay? Like my brother Jerome M in the chat, my brother Kid Gravity in here, solid people, man. You know what I'm saying? Those brothers are stand-up people, man. And especially the brother Kid Gravity, okay? Good dude, man. If y'all have subscribed to this channel, go over there and check him out. I'll put it like this. If you haven't subscribed to the brother Kid Gravity's channel, you're not familiar with his content, you want excellent political breakdowns and commentary, that brother's excellent at it. Highly underrated in my opinion. So please do go and consider checking him out and giving the brother a subscribe. Try him out for 1 week and just see, you know what I'm saying, if you don't learn something new. I guarantee that you will, okay? So with that being said, we're going to get back into what Brother Flacco's got to say here because, like I said, man, you know, a lot of this goofiness right here that's going on, you're going to see the copycats try to emulate what she's got going on. So be aware that if you out someplace, whether you at these clubs or whatever, they're going to be looking to try to instigate things and see if they can get the same scam pulled off that she did. Let it continue.
Raise money, right? So it's intentional. It's a history of scamming. And that's why they got her. Now, Rhoda, after learning about the arrest warrant, she made a video, not taking accountability, all right? All right, she hasn't learned a goddamn thing from being exposed. No, she's still saying she was hit by a brick. All right, she's saying that a dude called Olin hit her with a brick. And now she's saying, right, that Houston PD is corrupt and they want to silence her because she speaks up for her people.
I'm asking for support because I cannot do this by myself. I'm a full-time mother, I'm a full-time student, and I'm a full-time employee. And I have done everything I can to reach out to get an investigator, get all the information. I've pretty much done everything for them, including giving them a confession video of this man saying that he assaulted me and that he does not care.
I got to do it, family. I've suppressed this long enough, and I got to get, you know, some confirmation from my chat room on this because maybe you all can enlighten me on this. Maybe I'm just ignorant of something. But I got to go here. I want you to look at this picture of this heifer up here, this Tetherwench on the screen. Is it just me or does every time that she's close up to a camera, she looks like she's an enemy to lotion? There's no lotion. She always look ashy as hell. I'm not talking about her complexion. I'm talking about ash. She looks ashy. Is it just me? Is it the lighting? Because I'm just saying, I've seen several ashy pictures of this woman here, this Somali Tetherwench. Why does she not take some of the scam money and invest in some quality lotion? That makes no sense. I'm just saying, man. Is it just me, y'all? I see y'all grinning, man, but I'm trying to figure out. Come on, Nettlebug. I mean, look, you see her. Look at the ash. How you got ash up under your eyes, man? Damn. You know, maybe it's the light now, because you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying she just got this little dusty, just kind of, you know how like, okay, you remember like when you was in like, you know, a kid or whatever, and like, you know, it was a flower or something, you start playing in it. She looked like she played in somewhere and kind of just lightly dusted herself off. And she's got a layer of ash on her. I'm just saying, man. But, you know, I'm going to leave it alone, man. It's just an observation.
And they've had that video since the week before Thanksgiving, and they have not done anything about it. They have not moved forward in the case, and they won't respond to me. I have left over 20 voicemails, over 20 emails, and guess what? They respond to people who have nothing to do with this case. People who don't even live in Houston and don't care and are just agents of chaos. And why are they doing this?
Well, you're an agent of ash, so I guess y'all are even there, or Roda the Roadrunner.
It's because they want to tone police all of us.
See how liars work? She's speaking as if the video don't exist. She's telling the Houston PD, yo, I was violent and assaulted. And they're like, we seen the video. You know we have footage, right? We seen you hit that man and he threw a water bottle at you. That really don't meet the bar for assault. But outside of that, You lied about getting hit by a brick with the intent to raise some money. Take the felony, man.
Because they want all gendered oppressed people to know that if you ever speak out, you will be punished, and you will be punished badly. And this will determine how we move forward. And they don't want this change, because if this change happens, what are they going to do? Because these people have made careers, money, and whole platforms off of Black women pain. And they have nothing else to offer. Without our pain, they can't do anything. They have no motion. So please help me be a part of this change and stop this online and offline violence of Black women and people benefiting off of it. Go to HPD, Major Assault, and tweet them and say, lock Olan Douglas up. You have a confession video. Do the right thing. Help me hold them accountable.
She has a whole warrant out while making videos on Instagram. Now, there's a couple of activists who has been working with Roda to turn herself in, and she agreed to a time and date to turn herself in and surrender. But when the time and date came, she ghosted them.
So that brings us here to Houston Police Headquarters today. We got alerted earlier today that Miss Osman, that Brick Lady, was planning to surrender and turn herself in because she's wanted for theft in Harris County. We were contacted by the new Black Panther Nation and Quanell X because he was...
Let me pause it. I got to go here. I got to get on him. I got to do it. I'm familiar with that brother Quanell X down there in Houston, but just like I said earlier, he's prone to jump on the simp train also. He does good work in some areas, but that jumping out, just believe anything a woman say, he got a bad reputation of doing that. You see, look over here on the left-hand side of the screen. Family, is it just me or does she always seem to have a look like, I call it the scam smirk. That face just says scam. I'm here to scam you. I'm here to scam you. That is just how she look, man. It just screams scam. Yes, a little Somali scammy mammy, okay? Now, Quanell X, you call yourself trying to do the right thing and assisting, you meant well, but brother, I'm just going to tell you, you got to get the simping out you, man. You got to. I've seen you do that on many occasions. And I've said it before, simping helps no one, okay? You go into things with intelligence. Do your due diligence. Start asking questions. Trying to get to the bottom of things so you make sure that if you have the standing that you have in the community, brother Quanell X, that you don't waste your resources and energy helping people like this damn scam artist here. There's actual people that would need you, and see if you thinking about that, I'm pretty sure you're thinking about it in hindsight now, Quanell X. You wasted your time and resources dealing with a scam artist. Come on, brother. You got to do better, man. In 2024, people going to need folks like you that's actually trying to do something to be focused on helping the right people. Get back to it.
Contacted by her for help and to arrange the surrender. So it was our understanding that that was supposed to happen at 3:45 today. You can see right now that time has passed. And as we arrived here at Houston Police Headquarters today, we got another alert that Miss Osman, Brick Lady, is a no-show. She decided to not surrender. I spoke with Candace Matthews, part of the new Black Panther Nation, and she told me that they had an agreed meeting location today. They were supposed to be meeting with Brick Lady and then bringing her here for the surrender at Houston Police Headquarters, but they say she didn't show up, she didn't provide an explanation, and Candace Matthews tells us that this is really the first time that something like this has happened. People reach out to them often. You know, we are usually aware when they've been contacted, and sometimes, you know, they do arrange for surrenders and then tell the media and provide comments in person. So we were expecting exactly that to happen here at HPD today. But again, a little bit weird. Something changed. We don't know what changed. And so now Brick Lady remains on the run. She appears to have gone private on Instagram. We have not been able to successfully reach her.
So she got a felony warrant out while she's on the run with a kid, bruh. Yeah, this is insane. Now, I don't know how this is going to affect her bond hearing, right? Like, if she's already evading arrest and not showing up for her surrender, if she goes to jail or turn herself in and goes to a bond hearing, is the judge going to think, yo, you are a flight risk because you already fled once, or are they going to let her out on jail?
Now, let's address that, right? Because since this broadcast has been going, you know, those of you in the chat, and shout out to you, that's what New Black Media is all about. If we're reporting on something, there's new information coming in real time, feel free to voice it. That's what it's all about, to stay accurate. This is a team effort over here. So as those of you have informed me that she turned herself in, and another sister in the chat said that she posted bail, she shouldn't have been allowed to post bail. You know, yes, they did suspend her passport, but see, I'm going to tell you something I'm sick of seeing. Anytime a woman does something, they want to go lenient on her. No, she should have to sit her little scamming ass in jail, okay, to your trial. That's what it shouldn't have been allowed to post bond with this type of crap right here. Because see, when it comes to what she did, I'm still looking at what could have went wrong. I'm still looking at what if they had started going around trying to harass young black men in the area, accusing them of that, or thinking that because they think we all look alike. What if they thought, okay, well, yeah, you look like the description that she gave. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking at. I don't take it lightly. A lot of people are like, well, man, it's no big deal. No, this is not a victimless crime. I want a strong message sent with this. And see, if it was me, oh, no, there ain't going to be no posting no bail. You're going to get good and comfortable in this cell and think about your little scammy mammy ways, okay? Yeah, you're going to get good and comfortable. You got all the time you need because you've been running around, little Roadrunner. So now it's time for you to rest them little ashy-ass legs that you got. That's the way I would do it if I was in charge. I do not see why they allow her to post bail at all. I really don't. But, hey, these are the times we live in. It's just something that we're going to have to really make sure we clamp down on because we can get these things changed as a people locally when it comes to this type of stuff if we focus on it and put our minds to it. Let's get back to it.
And I don't know any bail bondsman that's going to secure her, right, if she already fled and ran away once. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Do y'all believe her? Is she innocent? Is Houston PD just trying to stick it to the black woman? Or is she guilty as guilty can be? Now, if you're still watching, click on this video somewhere on my screen to find out how Krishan Rock's speed dating video went horribly wrong when the ops pulled up. Click on this video here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.
Yeah, and there you have it, right? There you have it. So, family, it appears that Roda the Roadrunner has stopped running. She's resting those little ashy legs, or she was resting them in a jail cell. They should allow her to post bail. But I brought this broadcast to you tonight to just go ahead and show you how going forward, we must have a zero tolerance for our people being blamed for things that we're not responsible for. I've seen that there's been great strides made as far as the delineation movement. Now there are certain forms that are specifying what we label ourselves, okay, as far as whether we're a descendant of slaves, okay, FBA, whichever term, want to use, we need to keep pushing that because we do need to be separate from whatever trash is going on in the tether class community that's over here. And that is not an indictment on all of our continental African or Caribbean brothers. I would never do such an ignorant thing. Okay, like I said, if you route with us and you on code, we route with you. You extended family, all right? So I just want to be clear on that. But see, when it comes to these scammy mammies over here and their male counterparts, family, we're going to have to tighten up about making sure that they understand not to bring that around us because that could be potentially dangerous for us, our family members, and our community as a whole, okay? And see, I'm gonna throw something else out here. A lot of her type, that desperate scamming mentality that they have, don't you understand that those are the first ones that they'll send amongst some type of protest or movement, and they'll be sitting up there just like the Dr. Perrys and the William O'Neills, and they'll be on these folks' payroll to sabotage and infiltrate, okay? So I just wanted to drop that on y'all. And again, I'm sending my condolences out to the King family for the loss of Dexter King, who died at 62 from cancer complications. And I want all of you out there, wherever you are, as cold as it is, do your preparations. Make sure you got all your supplies stocked up that you need. If you have to go out in this cold weather, particularly the areas where it's heavy snow, please take your precautions. Try not to do that if you don't have to. But if you're out here on these highways and byways, look out for one another, especially if you foundational Black American freedmen. Keep you some bug out bag supplies ready, like flashlights, things that that can be used to help another brother or sister out there on that road, because we got, family. And if we don't take care of us, nobody else will. So with that said, thank you to everybody that contributed to the broadcast. I want you to take care of yourselves out here. Black first, salute, and I will see you all in future content.
It's the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, and we still have a lot of discrepancies as far as the origins of hip-hop, a lot of claims, who did what, who was the first this, who was the this and that, and such and such. But at the end of the day, we need a definitive story, all right? And that story can only be told by the founders of this culture.
Like everything was being driven and influenced by young, black, American culture. Like the slang, the style of dress, the initial music that we chose.
You look at all the boroughs, you got, money making Manhattan and money earning Mount Vernon and Crooklyn. The Bronx was the boogie down Bronx. We was partying up there.
I am Coke LaRock, the first MC of hip hop. First cat to pick the mic up.
I introduced rapping to the turntable because when I came with it, nobody in the world was doing it. I'm right after Rudy Ray Moore.
They want to come in the mix, they want to say, we started. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What came to be known as hip hop was solely an African-American creation.
What would you get out of some Jamaican toast? What is that? I've never heard of a rapper use a Jamaican toast or a Jamaican flow as a rhyme. I'd never heard of it, and I don't know where that myth came from.
My name is legendary King Trixie from the Bronx, BX from the West Side. I am the first break dancer.
That narrative that hip hop has had 3 founding fathers, that's been rolling for the last almost 30 years, which isn't true. You don't have just 3 people who created hip hop. Hip hop was created by a number of different people.
I am the grandfather, the godfather of the graffiti culture. I am the first element of hip hop.
The roots of hip hop being Jamaican, absolutely false.
My name is MC Sha-Rock. I am a founding member of the MC/rap culture.
Cassette tapes was the internet of our time. It just traveled around by hand.
I know for a fact that the B-Boy stand started from the gods, the 5 percenters that would be at the jams back in the days who were acting as security.
If they get the real truth of how it all was created, then so many lies would not be able to be in existence.
So when we talk about hip hop and what it is, it's an extension of the music and the instrumentation that our forefathers created.
Check out the live stream premiere of the documentary short, It's Bigger Than Hip Hop, The Black American Family Tree, and Q&A, a fundraiser to create a series detailing music's evolution. Go to DewanB.com for streaming passes and crowdfunding.